Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons. This is Spyro 3, Yiff on the dance floor. And you know what I just realized? I was going to say I hate every level in Evening Lake. That's not true. It's just every level here has something that I hate, apart from Honey Speedway, so we're starting there. Well, actually, I don't hate the Animal Buddy level either. It's just all of the main levels have at least one thing in them that I hate, and so there is no way that I can mitigate doing this homeworld. I don't know why I didn't talk over that, because it's voice acting, but it ain't. Anyway, Honey Speedway. Well, that's all well and good, but something that's always bothered me about Honey Speedway is the beehive section, which Sparks just said to flame them. That's not true. You just fly through them that's what's bothered me. They're just another ring. Like, you just fly through them and they go boo. I don't know why. I kind of like that noise, even though boo. Like, it's not even a sound effect. It's an ongoing, like, loop. If you just sit... Oh dear. Well, this is good. My Elgato just crashed, and I don't really know what it's doing. The me of several months ago would probably cut this out and delete it and act like this never happened, but this is kind of fun. But yeah, my capture software is just saying, one moment please. Is it gonna come back? Is it gonna come back? It's already screwed the pooch on this particular run, but is it gonna come back? Do I need to restart my entire computer? Are we scroyally booned? What's going on, computer? Give me some answers.
8:01 p.m.
Well, I kind of had to kind of give up that run just because, like, I probably couldn't have salvaged it just because the screen went black as I was aiming for the next bee hole, so I should probably just start again. I would use this opportunity to speed up and play the Honey Speedway theme from the Greatest Hits version, which is tune. Like, it's kind of glumpy, but it really fits, but I'm sure you'll get a chance to hear that later on in this episode, assuming that the Elgato doesn't die again. I want to blame that one on just the USB cord being a little bit on the loose side, because I jiggled it and put it back into place and everything resumed working, but I won't hold my breath. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the system is just intent on handling my Cougas. Anyway, there's Hunter. He's not even hidden this time, so we know to go there when next the opportunity arises, assuming the game will let me. It's clearly just a portend of things to come, because, as I was saying, for all the value that I place on Evening Lake, because it was always like the forbidden fruit homeworld to me. It was always, you have to fight Spike, and Spike is really difficult, and I stand by that. Like, I had a really lucky run in the previous episode, and that was a while ago because the heat wave caused me to stop recording for a while because I couldn't think, and you've seen how, or you might not have seen, but I'm playing Wario Land, the Shake Dimension at the moment, and I feel like that series is almost unwatchable just because my commentary is just so crap in it. So, anyway, once again, the game expects you to go the same, like, with the flow. I'm going against the flow because if you miss one, then you're more likely to run into it later around the course, so there you go. That wasn't so difficult, was it, Elgato? But, yeah, I forget what I was saying. Oh, yes. For all the goodness that Evening Lake is, I don't like, there's at least that one mission in every level. Are you going to give me the eggs? I had to restart. But does this actually count, though? Because I had to restart. Like, I didn't leave the world, so I think that shouldn't have triggered the glitch. But if it does, we now know where that was. Which is a shame, because on reflection, I really do like Honey Speedway. Now, unless I misheard, that just kind of implies that if Sparks was speaking, like, not Dragonfly-ish, then he would have gone fly through all the green rings. Like, why? Why would you intone it that way? But yeah, I haven't been here for ages, and it's been several, well, like, at least 2 weeks since I last played the game at all, because I was, like, really ahead when I when I recorded the Spike fight, so I haven't played it a hot while, and it's been a while since I've done Honey Speedway anyway. I do like it. I dare say it's probably my favourite level in Evening Lake, because Frozen Altars has that one mission that requires the use of an animal buddy. Fireworks Factory has an utterly garbage mission that requires the use of an animal buddy. Lost Fee, I just don't like. And Charmed Ridge is mostly good, but then has one garbage... Hang on a minute, all of the crap missions here are because of the use of animal buddies. I know I keep calling them that, and... Oh, it's not... Well... That's how those work. Oh, no, the ring's there. I thought maybe there was a star hidden in one of them, but nope. Turns out I just went out of my way to take the wrong path. Oh well, it'll give me a chance. This is the one I was thinking of. And notice how the beehives activate even when they're not, like, you know, we're not doing the time trial. We're racing bees. But yeah, that should give me, unless something really turns around in the luck department in these next like lap and a half, I'm probably going to get an opportunity to play the very Glumpy theme tune of Honey Speedway, because I like it, even though, like, it sounds kind of and, like, sort of, Glumpy's kind of the best word for it. Like, I feel like every fiber of my being, especially as a seasoned music critic, is telling me, you shouldn't like this. It's but it's very atmospheric, and it's weirdly enjoyable. Anyway, we're doing really well. Like, I will kind of... I keep missing that star, so that's probably going to be the thing that undoes me, but I will kind of spit maybe a feather or two if, by the end of this game, the one Speedway that gave me any trouble was Mushroom Speedway, the first and easiest in the game. I'm going to stay ahead, because then I can fire this at the one in first, because that's how red rockets work, tee-hee. Whoa. That's kind of a thought. These animal creatures get fucked over if they have a red rocket fired towards the backside. Up. Awkward moments with Tess. Well, I can't even see the one in first, so... I think it's because of Spyro, though, that I fully appreciate it as a youth. Like, you know how sometimes kids will, like, hear these impossible riddle question things and try to get one up over their friends by, like, asking them it, trying to be like, you fell for it, you didn't know the right answer. I think it's because of Spyro that I never fell for the riddle of, oh, if you're in a race and you overtake the person in second, what position are you now? Well, you're in second. You know, you don't become first unless you overtake the one who's in first. And I think it's these missions that help me appreciate that. And look how close this is. Will I have to do a second round, but with Glumpy music? Or will I don't know, will I take the Watching Dead challenge? Will I have slaw or sass? Now that's one thing that I'm fairly sure Americans don't understand about Britain. It wouldn't have been enough anyway. We don't call coleslaw slaw, we call it coleslaw. We don't shorten it. Anyway, prepare your backsides for some Glumpy music, it's good. And yeet! That was surprisingly easy. Like, I'm proud of that. That was... Wait. Okay, I was gonna say, isn't that a new best time? It says new best time right there. I am a dumb floof, but I had fun there, and that's what counts. See, I did find myself thinking during that, you don't fuck with a dragon, but also, savage, dumblebees, Henri, with an I. And there was a funny moment in there that you may well have seen. I'm not sure, I could replay a clip of it now, but there was a point where I got a rocket when I was already in first place, and I just fired it on, like, the one that was in, like, 5th or 6th was just, like, crossing my path by coincidence, just to add insult to injury, blast the bee in the face. Anyway, we must go and find Hunter, but we know where Hunter is, he's really not hidden at all. Like, is this the him? Oh, he's just... There we go. You could have hit him a bit better there, Hunter, my Dugas. You're huge. You're not only this huge.
Look out, Spyro. There's a really big sheep UFO around here, and it's trying to get me. I snatched up a dragon egg it was trying to abduct, and now it wants revenge.
But it's not chasing you now, and you're just standing still.
You wait here. I'll lure the UFO down the river of honey. Okay, here I go.
I forget how this works, but I seem to recall it being, like, relatively... Okay, yeah, it's just Crash Bandicoot. It's really not that difficult, because Hunter can just yeet out of the stratosphere, and as long as you don't hit too many of the obstacles, you're fine. It's just sort of hard to see where you're going, and, like, the hitboxes vary on the generosity scale, so just don't hit things and you'll be fine. Although, if you land on it, that sort of can't be helped. But I remember this being really easy, so if I fuck up, then, I don't know, I'll have to buy myself a Merry Little Christmas. There's not really anything you can do to... I did not tell you to go sideways there. I don't really know if there's anything you could do to speed up, like you can't hold, like, the down button or anything. Oh, I failed. Yay, I feel like that's right at the end as well. Bear with. What? Did I fall so far behind that the sheep... What? Oh, hi. That was weird. That should not have happened. I'm finding so many ways to break this rather than just doing the actual damn mission. Oh, I did it by accident. Yay!
Ha ha! Did you see that? Nobody outraces a cheetah. And look, I didn't even drop the egg.
That's impressive because you got abducted several times there. Nori, isn't that a type of sushi? I don't actually know, but hey, it's Jared Leto. Not mentioned that at all in this series before. Anyway, does that count as an egg? Did you give me the egg? So despite all that, I do really like Honey Speedway. It's fun. It's a good time for all the family. Though I've discovered that with that UFO saucer thing, like as I suspected, the way it works is, hang on, I want to check the atlas just to make sure. Did it actually give me the sauce? It says it did, and I believe my my atlas in the corrupted save files, well, it wasn't even corrupted, but the one with the country speedway, the one with the country matters problem, literally because it was country speedway, that file didn't attribute, like, they didn't say in the atlas that I got the egg. So anyway, we're going to Bentley's Outpost because this is an episode where we do the smaller levels, so the speedway and the animal buddy level, and so yeah. I had a realization, but we do have cutscenes first, or, well, conversations, because Bentley, darling.
I will gladly help you on your quest, Spyro, but first I must attend to my young sibling. I'm afraid he may have gotten himself into trouble during my absence.
The problem with the way Bentley's written, and I do like Bentley as a character, but the problem with the way he's written is dumb people can only use dumb words. Right, but smart people aren't uniquely using... They can use dumb words as well as smart words, is the thing.
Hey, bro, it'd be really cool if you smashed that boulder. A swift smack should do the trick.
So yes, tutorials, that's the word I was looking for. Bentley, big, tough, and sort of the deliberately taking the piss stereotype of, oh, he looks stupid, therefore we're gonna overemphasize his intelligence. Well, that's the thing. Like, he only uses clever person words to try and emphasize that, but, like, in the real world, clever people such as myself can use genuflect and fantabulousy in the same sentence. You know, it's not as if we're locked into one because we're ascribed to the other, or whatever. Now, as you can sort of infer, Bentley being so super strong can just smash through the locked chests like they're no Big Friday. So, no Big Friday, So that's his thing, he's super strong, he can smash with the circle button and windmill with the square button. Yay, Michael Rosen.
If you use your spin move to deflect the snowball into the gong, I bet we could make the roof cave in.
Clearly wise things to do in your own home, Felf. So yeah, he can just redirect things. That's a very strange and specific power for a Yeti to have, but sure. Also, it is a time-limited thing. Like, I'm holding down the button, I'm still holding down the button now. So there is a limit to how long you can do that for. But hey, we have an egg for having done snowball things. It's the Brian! The Brian. Kind of a reference. Digest your food, sir! Or madam, if you're that kind of Brian, I don't know. You can hit the gong again, it does nothing the second time. Also, seas, by which I mean seals, I think they're seals. They're just enemies that are like, hey, deflect your shit at me, or deflect my shit at me. Just basically just spank me from a distance with your power of Space Club. But I do like Bentley and Bartholomew just as characters, because if nothing else, I like their accents. I think they're not even portrayed by real Brits, but they do, like, not a flawless job, if that's true, but they do a pretty good job, such that I never questioned it as a child. Not as good as the guy playing Sergeant Bird. Like, Sergeant Bird, basically flawless, but, like, not completely, but mostly. So, I like the representation here. It's like America remembered we existed for once. And, okay, that I feel like is a very Nitro Indigo thing to notice, but, let me know if I'm wrong. Having... it's a very Spyro-esque trope to have an obstacle with an enemy behind it who comes out from behind it, like, sort of subverting your expectation of, oh, you need to do this thing to this obstacle. I can't really explain it, but it was the thing we just saw, how we've been taught, oh, you can smash through boulders. And, oh, here are enemies that charge towards you. Now, here's an enemy that's clearly behind a boulder, but surprise, he's actually coming around the boulder rather than waiting for you to smash through it. That feels like a really Spyro-y trope, even though there's no reason as to why that should be. Anyway, we have another snow boob problem. Oh, and there's a friend up there. I think that's too far away for us to help with.
Another gong! Great! I bet we could cause an avalanche with this one.
By which I mean there's a seal up in the cave in the distance, and it's not facing the right way, and it's also too far away for us to attack. That's... Oh, yeah, that is kind of an avalanche. I mean, not really, it's a snowball falling down from goodness knows where, but you know. Anyway, we have a box. Care to elucidate?
A stinking Rhinoc has blocked the way with this box. It shouldn't be any problem for you to push it out of the way, though.
If you insist. Now, I believe it's this one. There's a skill point here somewhere, and I believe it's for shoving a box off a cliff. Is it this one? It is that one. I don't know why. It seems like something that would just occur to you to do naturally, but as a child, to me, apparently it didn't. But hey, we have more boxes. But first, Charlie. Puth or XCX, except Charlie XX doesn't spell it with an E. Well, whatever. Do you have anything further to add? No, you're just gonna... I'm gonna bop you. You're welcome. He did the thing that Gossip Stones do in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time when you hit them with the hammer. Or Majora's Mask when you punch them as a Goron. Now, there was a thing I was going to say earlier, and I don't remember if I've forgotten what it is, but I was also going to mention that, I'm playing using the D-pad. I think the analog stick works with this, but I'm using... Yeah, it does. Oh, well, I'm using the D-pad because it just feels more natural to me. And I was worried in Honey Speedway about the... Can I please? Thank you. About, oh, what if I'm not going to make... You know that bit where there's 2 speed-up stars in close succession around the flower stems? And, by the way, you can just kill those enemies by regular killing them. I do like showing that off, because, enemies that it looks like you can only kill them one way, but they respond to other attacks too. I appreciate that kind of programming. But right, that bit where there's a speed-up star round the right-hand side of a flower stem, and then there's another one up and to the left of there. I was worried about not being able to, make those dots connect, as it were, just by way of, oh no, what if I'm not good enough with the controls? But then I remembered, at the time of recording this, I've been live-streaming Ocarina of Time randomized, and I've been having to play that with keyboard controls. And in that, at the time of recording this, I did the adult archery minigame and the horseback archery minigame on keyboard controls. So I don't get to complain about whether or not I have the skills to pay the bills when it comes to using a D-pad in a game that is designed around a D-pad. Anyway, you'll know that these are in the right place when Bartholomew jumps across, because he needs to be up there so that you can get your reward. I don't remember if this is a teleporty reward somehow, I don't think it is. You know how sometimes with these Spyro games, if you get an NPC to their destination, they will just teleport you next to them to give them the association reward. Like, I still feel like the turtle babies in Sunny Beach should be, once you get to their destination, you're warped to that destination so you can get the reward. I still don't remember if it is or not, because I feel like saying that that's what would happen in my Let's Play last year, and then it didn't happen, but maybe it did. I don't know, I've lived in 2 separate pasts. 600 gems, that's a lot.
Thanks, bro. Here's a little something for your rock collection.
I find that precious. Like, it's supposed to be another jab at, he looks stupid and has simple-minded habits, but at the same time, geology is a very learned pursuit or something. I don't know, just... I like Bentley. He's a cool dude who doesn't afraid of anything. And normally I would cut the episode off here, because, I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to have to cut out of the UFO chase sequence, so what I'm going to do is, if this episode is slightly over long, then so be it. But I'm going to meet you back in Bamboo Terrace so we can finish that off and get a good number of gems, just so we have a nice even total for a change. Because, I mean, that's, like, we are going to have another Animal Buddy mission that we can't do yet soon, because the next homeworld has another Animal Buddy that we haven't unlocked yet, but look, I'll just meet you in Bentley's area. And we're here. Hello, Bentley.
Ah, a fine day for a bit of a walk. I was just heading to the top of my favourite hill.
Once again, he's so cultured. He has a favourite hill, and it's in a very, like, eastern place. Even though he's got a obviously western accent, I don't know.
Hey, I think I saw some Rhinox run up to the top of that hill with an egg.
Really, that's our only motivation. We want to go down alleyways. This technique is called a walk, and also there's a hill. Well, whatever. What I was trying to say before is I'm going to do my utmost to just avoid having to do the Animal Buddy mission. Well, the level in Evening Lake that has the Animal Buddy mission that we can't yet do, because I hate that mission with a burning, stifling, critical mass pornography. Like, I hate it so much, and, spoiler alert, there are actually 2 eggs associated with it as well. So I'm going to do my utmost to just delay and delay and delay. Just doing that. So we're going to have a nice even total of gems for a while. Isn't that lovely? Now, with this level in particular, this sub-area, I recall it being easy to take damage. And that wasn't even why. It's just Bentley has a bit of charge-up time with his attacks, and a bit of cooldown time where he's like re-raising the club after striking it down. So it is easy to take damage, especially because of these enemies, because they too have charge up and speed down. Charge up and speed down. They have times with their attacks, and so if their timing doesn't line up with your timing, you're just generally not going to have a good time. So throw your ball at me, sir. Panda ball. Why did that cause... my mind was telling me to just run away from... See, you're hiding around a corner and everything. That's just so rude. Oh, right, we can't jump. That's why we need to go through here. We need to climb through. That's why this room... I thought maybe it was a secret room, but it's not. It's a required room. It would seem you can jump over their attacks. Apparently that's a helpful thing to do. That kind of breaks this. Like, I'm learning here and now. Like, jumping over their parasol attack is like the equivalent to learning you can roll to dodge Toasty's attacks in Spyro 1. Like, that's kind of a big deal to me. Because, like, that suddenly makes this not so much easier, because, like, this side bit isn't difficult. As you think, like, our goal is literally just there. But just, it's always been easy to take damage here. And yeah, it does give you a fair number of, like, health restockies. Like, even here, we get... not skill point, just a straight up extra life, which refills your health all the way to the maximum, so it's not as if they're particularly sparing with the health here. So you do need to be a bit crap if you struggle with this, but it can be unforgiving if you're unprepared, so don't feel completely disjangled if you do end up... Like, I don't even know where that TNT came from. Also, last time I was in Bamboo Terrace, I was talking about sexual dimorphism in Rhinox, and that absolutely isn't what I was referring to. Like, obviously, we don't know how Rhinox reproduce, but just the thing I had in mind, and I never actually finished that train of thought, was kind of what I was talking about with the seals back in Bentley's Outpost. That, you can kill them one way and you can kill them another way. And if you kill them both, like, there are two different ways of killing the same enemy. And Brubeck, that sure is a name. I don't know, I've never heard it before. But also, we don't have all the gems, so I'm holding out all the buttons and Sparks isn't pointing in any particular direction, so apparently we've got all the gems that are here. So, wonder if Bartholomew has anything to add to the situation, unless... I don't know if Sparks points to gems that are still in... Like, I imagine he would at least point to baskets. I don't know about strong boxes. Well, this is odd. I've just missed somewhere in mainstream Bamboo Terrace, apparently, but... Oh, I remember! Just thinking of things that I'd forgotten about last time I was here. The first thing, obviously, was those firework enemies. You can charge at them, and they won't footle away into the distance, or you can flame them, and they will, because haha, firework joke. And similarly, the seals. You can bat the snowballs back at them, or you can club them in the face.
We sure made short work of those Rhinox. Aren't you glad I was here to help you rescue that baby dragon?
Yes, Bartholomew, you're doing an excellent job. But yeah, the other thing that I forgot to mention while I was here, and it wasn't even a forget to mention, it was just a straight up forget to do. I started the mystery pot side quest and just completely forgot that it existed. I'm so dumb, and yes, I noticed that when I was editing, and for some reason... Well, I mean, obviously at the time it occurred to me, I should probably wait until I come back to do Bentley's part of Bamboo Terrace before I address it. But don't worry, I noticed when I was editing... Did you just see that? Those pandas just flying into position just because, actor placement and scene rendering and other words to do with game development. Which reminds me of a thing I was going to think earlier just about, I don't know, there was something about game design that I wanted to say, and now I've forgotten about it again, but it's something that I learned... Okay, so fun fact that you may or may not know about my life at this point, but... So, I graduated university with... like, a good degree in creative media production, but actually my first year was spent studying game design instead. And there was something I learned in that, and I've forgotten what it was. Well, I know that I know it, it's just I was going to talk about it because it was relevant, and I've forgotten what that thing was, and that's going to bother me so many flenkles of failure.
Pushing that boulder was hard work, but as soon as I've caught my breath, I'll return to collecting bamboo.
Keep up the good work, Chi-Chi. I did not mean to talk to you, but hey. There was something, and it's gonna bother, like, this very episode, I was gonna say something pertinent about something about game design, I don't know. Well, we're here now. I've wrapped up all of my closure to do with Bamboo Terrace. I finished the sexual dimorphism rant, and we've done Bentley's thing. We did pot, and it did cross my mind to maybe just do swimming in the air just for the entire pursuit of that pot, but then I decided not to. So I'll head back to the portal, we can bank our gems, even though you can just press start and hit exit level, and that's just as valid, but nah, I'd rather have the satisfaction of seeing this screen. For now, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode we're going to start on the bits of Evening Lake that I don't like in perpetuity, totality. Every level has a mission that sucks, so we're going to start with the least sucky one, or so I hope. See you then for that. Wait, Lost Fleet doesn't have an Animal Buddy mission that I hate. Well, whatever, it's still half relevant. I'll finish this thought in the next episode and just have a pancake on my behalf in the meantime. See you then for that good sneeze.